All right, Epic is another resource I would like to share with you today. Epic is a free e-library resource for teachers and students. And it has saved my life many times when books in our library are not available for checkout or if our school library simply doesn't have what I'm looking for. By creating a teacher account on Epic, you are granted access to thousands of books at various reading levels. I love this website because it has such a wide variety of items that are available. It has a bunch of different content. It's got different reading levels. It's got things that are fiction and nonfiction. It has early readers, chapter books, comic books, and so much more. When you are on Epic, you can set your preferences. So if you see this little thing over here, your preferences will help you figure out, I've selected the age of my students. I'm usually around like 6 or 7. We're looking for picture books, maybe some fact books if we're doing nonfiction things. And then down below here, you can pick your topics. But this just ensures that the books that you're seeing when you first come onto the web page are likely to fit things that you've seen in the past or what you've searched for. And as you continue to do more searches on Epic, your preferences will adjust for you based on what you've read. So things are tailored a little bit more. You can create collections specifically on Epic too. So if you go to like your library, I've created a collection for subtraction for my students. So if they are to get on maybe at a center or something in my classroom, then they can use this to read books about subtraction and things like that. You can assign certain books to different students. If you upload your roster to your student or from your dashboard, if you upload it to your page, then you can assign books to individual students that way as well. Other things that you can do when you are searching for books, they have the advanced search option, so you're able to filter by your reader age, fiction and nonfiction, or you can go through and get a little bit more appropriate for the different reading levels of your class. So I love that this is able to differentiate for all of the various needs of my students. But you type in just anything that you're looking for. So maybe we're studying about sound, and I can look and see if there are any options for sound books in the Epic libraries. And so down below, learning about, light and sound, those are for 7 to 9-year-olds. That would be okay for us. I did set our Lexile measure, so the things that are going to be the most relevant are going to be closer to the top for me, of course. But then they also have things over here. You can see there are some videos and all of other options like that. Another cool aspect on this is you can go to just the books option, or I really love the read to me option. There's nothing for sound, but I can look for maybe let's do monkeys, because a project that I do with my class is an animal research project. So I had my kids working in small groups, and they used this Epic website to type in their own specific animal, and they had kind of a graphic organizer that they had to work through, and they had to decide what information was necessary to teach someone else about their animal. So maybe they wanted to click on this chimpanzee book, and this Read to Me feature lets the book be read aloud so students don't have to struggle through the words. And something else that's really cool about this is you can, like I just did, pause it whenever you need to if the kids needed to write something down on their graphic organizer, or if they came to a word that they didn't know. So maybe woodlands, we can click on that. It reads it again for you, and then it gives them the definition right there. So it really is a very interactive learning website. And when you don't have the read to me option, if we click out of our book, you can go back to all. If we go to this animal library book, it's not a read to me book, but to get through it, you just click through and you can take your time on every page. And again, it'll magnify those words there for you if you need to. So you can see some really cute pictures and some things up close. I can use this on my interactive whiteboard in my room. can project it a little bit bigger for the students to see and all that kind of stuff. So it's really a very user-friendly resource, and I like it a lot. There's also the ability to create quizzes and things on each of the books if you want to. Let's go to, we'll go back to the same book. You can create a quiz up here if you wanted to ask your own questions about it, or maybe I would do that for something more if we were doing like horse sound or weather. And up here next to the quiz option, if you see this add to button, maybe you really liked this book and you wanted to save it, so you could create a new collection. So you could do maybe an animal research collection. If I wanted my students to be able to get back into that, maybe for this year, if I found some good resources that I wanted to help guide them a little bit more. But again, the new thing, the good thing that I like about this is that the students are responsible for kind of finding their own resources and learning what is and is not a credible source that could go with their research project. So that'll fit in great with our ISTE student standard that says evaluate the relevance, perspective, and credibility of resources. So students kind of learn through that. And we kind of talk about why nonfiction books are better for these research projects as opposed to if they were to find, you know, this fiction book of Five Little Monkeys. Is that going to teach you anything? Is that going to help your reader learn anything once you present your final project? And this website also helps with standard S3A. So students are planning and employing their research strategies to locate their information as well. But again, EPIC has been a lifesaver for me, and it has such a wide variety of options available as far as books and different topics and things like that. So I highly recommend its use.